Alrighty, folks. Apologies. We've had all kinds of issues and things going on here, but we're going to get it all back together here right now, okay? Had to go to another stream. Please jump on there. Tell everybody thank you very much. All that other good stuff. We got a timeout on the field. There's no score on the play. 3:24 left to go in the first half. All right, and we've got – that doesn't go there. All right. Okay, I think we're kind of reset back up. We're going to do our best here, folks, with the camera lenses and stuff here through this ball game. The weather in here and then the air conditioner's kind of fogging up the windows a little bit. So we're doing our best we can here and just some issues going on. So we're going to call the game here and have some fun with it here on opening night, all right? Right now, no score going on here in this ball game. And right now it is the Beckville Bearcats and the San Augustine Wolves. Wolves just had a touchdown called back due to a penalty. So we'll see if they can what they can do with it here. As Renfro bringing him to the line right now. Bringing a man in motion. Looking back to pass. Renfro. Look to go downfield. Got a man down here in the corner. Jump ball bounces around. Oh, almost catches it off the carry. I mean, it's an incomplete pass. So that's going to be a turnover on downs, I do believe. So Beckville Bearcats are going to get it back. So we got going here. First down and 10. So Beckville gets it back here. Still no score. Braxton Bullock going to bring his team back out of here. Ready to go. First down and 10 here for the Bearcats. Handing off. Prince trying to bring it around the corner. He's going to get tripped up there as he picks up a few across the 30-yard line down to about the 33. Nash on the stop there for the Wolves. Second and 6. Clock starting to run here. Getting down to halftime here, getting close to it. No score on the ball game at the long rain delay. Bringing a man in motion. Bullock going to hand off. Still on his feet, taking tacklers with him all the way up to the 40-yard line. Jordan Prince close to that first down yardage there, going to stop the clock. That should be enough for a first down there for the Bearcats. That's a Raymond Motor Company first down for the Bearcats. Right there at about the 40-yard line. So the Bearcats come back to the line. Bullock going to empty out the backfield this time. Get that big offensive line shuffled around out there. Man in motion. That's going to be Hicks. Drop it out here into the flat. Not much there. Good job there by the Wolves. They sniffed that out, and not a whole lot there for the Bearcats. And that's going to stop the clock with Mohika there on that reception. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field, so that'll give us a chance to take a timeout as well. So we'll be right back here, folks, with just a couple of minutes left until halftime. No score here after a couple of crazy things going on. And, well, that 18 keeps popping up there. I have no idea. It is not 18-0, folks. I'll get that taken care of. Things are a little cattywampus here tonight. We'll be right back on NETSN.
Plates of Grace Country Kitchen, just outside of Center on your way to Shelbyville. Now, whether you stop by and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you're definitely going to find something on the menu you like. Now, your table's waiting right here next to this wonderful family, or find yourself a seat in the sports room. It's Plates of Grace Country Kitchen, just outside of Center on your way to Shelbyville. Stop in and say hi. Have yourself a great meal.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Second and 10 here for the Bearcats as Bullock hands off. Going to hand off here and come here to the near side. Got some running room this time. And Jordan Prince looks like he's got a chance to take it all the way down the sideline. He's going to be finally taken out of bounds there at about the 15-yard line. Big run there by the Beckville Bearcats. The biggest run of the night. Can't tell if that was, is that Prince? That was Rudy Watts. Rudy Watts going to get down there with a big run there, and that'll be a first down and 10 here for. Knocked out of bounds there at about the 20-yard line. First down and 10 for Beckville down on their own 29-yard line. Trying to put something together here for the end of the half. Trying to run it up the middle there. Might have got a few up to the line of scrimmage there. No gain on the play. Renfro there onto the stop for the Wolves. So you can't go to that one because it is just too much light on there. Bearcats with the ball. Bullock going to hand off. And the Wolves doing a great job getting in the backfield once again, getting them into the loss on the play of about a yard on the play. Is going to see a loss there. So we'll stop the clock here. And the Bearcats are going to call themselves a timeout. That gives us a chance to take a timeout as well. We'll be right back here on a NETSN.
A lot of us do our banking at Shelby Savings Bank because it's our hometown bank. But it's also a thoroughly modern bank featuring online banking, mobile banking, paperless statements, deposit-taking ATM machine. All that in my hometown bank? Yes, because it's a bank for your modern hometown. Shelby Savings, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, we're back here, folks, as we're still moving right along. And sorry for all the craziness and delays. Hey, opening night just kind of way it was. The rain came through, and it kind of made everything crazy for us. So, hey, we got some new things going on. So jump back on the other stream, okay? There we go. We're back at it, and here we go. It is Beckville football. And I got a little bit of a murky screens here, folks, but we're going to do what we can. We've got a halftime coming up, so be ready for that. We'll do some things to see if we can get better for the second half. Still no score, and Bullock's going to drop that one down and get down here into the corner, and nobody going to be there, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Ambering right there under there, giving pressure to Bullock. So I'm going to bring up a fourth down and 9 for the Bearcats. They still got that clock rolling. I thought they were going to stop it there after that, but they got it rolling, so we'll leave it rolling as well. Too much of a glare right there. So they still got it rolling here, and they're going to roll down quite a bit. Bullock going to look to pass. I'm going to throw it down here into the middle of the field. Deflected and incomplete. So that's going to be a turnover on downs there. So to give the Wolves the ball back here. 10 or 12 seconds left to go till halftime. And we're going to spend, it'll probably be a very short halftime, folks. I don't anticipate it to be very long here in Beckville with everything that's going on in the long night that we've got so far. So we're going to get out here, and Joe and I are going to do our best to keep these windows cleaned up, see if we can get some better views as we go through the second half. Still no score here, but enough time for one play here. Both teams kind of working each other out here. We've seen some big plays. We've seen some penalties, and, not a whole lot on just, first game type of thing going on here tonight. But both teams playing very well, and just trying to be safe out here in this crazy weather we got going on here. Let's see. Back to it now as the Wolves come to the line. Here, one more play. And then leave Renfro. Renfro going to keep it himself as he's going to take it around the far side, still on his feet. As he's going to be finally knocked out of bounds there, close to midfield. And that'll stop it there with just a I'm going to say 5 seconds left on the clock here. So maybe enough time for one more play. Boy, I tell you. So another timeout on the field. So we're going to hold on right here and talk a little bit about what we got coming up tomorrow night, folks. You know, we're going to be more football games here on NETSN. We got a lot of them going on right now, and I apologize here to you for this one here as we've got some things here. But, hey, no problem. We appreciate the good folks at Beckville. Get us at least we were inside, right, Joe? We weren't outside whenever this big storm came through here. So we appreciate them in here. We're in here, and everything's good. But we got a good second half coming up. It'll probably be a short halftime as I try to get this game rolling on here as we're getting close to the 10 o'clock hour. But one more play here, 5 seconds left. That was a good run there by Renfro by the Wolves. See if they can get this big play here and maybe put up some points here before the end of the half. And here we go. And it'll be one more play here. Renfro. I'll throw it out to the far side. I'll find Renfro out there, and that's going to do it here for the first half. I think the first half's going to come to an end. Whoop, hit the wrong button there, so there we go. Now, they do have 25 minutes on the clock there. They do have it stopped out there. It's still out there. Okay, they are going to say that is the end of the first half. And the Beckville Bearcats and the St. Augustine Wolves will go to halftime here. And it looks like they're going to have about 12 minutes on that clock. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're just going to leave everything kind of up here. And I'm going to turn down some sound. We're going to go out here and we're going to clean up some windows and do a few things there, see if we can do. And we'll be back here to get the second half rolling on. And no score from Beckville, St. Augustine Beckville here on the NETSN. All righty, folks, I think we're back here ready to go, and we're going to do the best we can here, and I think things are going to be all right. Opening night is just the way things go, right? But that's okay. Hey, we're getting the game in, and it's going to be a good one here. We have the Beckville Bearcats and the San Augustine Wolves. No score going to the second half. It had a big lightning delay there, so it kept us out here a little while. Didn't really get things going here till after 9 o'clock after a short start there. So we're ready to go here for the third quarter. And I want to tell you, we've got some windows fogging up issues, but we're doing the best we can to keep things rolling out here, folks. So hang out with us, and we'll get through this ball game here tonight. All right, second half ready to go. Be the Beckville Bearcat football to start the second half. That one only looks good right there. Got to throw it down. There it goes. Got to try to stay off that glare, don't I? Okay. So the Wolves sitting ready to kick off here to the Beckville Bearcats, ready to go for the second half. No score, opening night here in Beckville. All kinds of good football going on so far here, and both teams playing very well, feeling each other out. Had some good defensive plays, had some good offensive plays, but nobody been able to put one in the end zone. Well, they take that back. The Wolves put one in the end zone, but it was called back due to a penalty. So here we go as the kickoff is underway. It's going to be taken there at about to the 30-yard line. Ball out and loose. So Beckville going to save it here on the kick there as it did get loose there for Beckville Bearcat football. So quarterback Braxton Bullock going to look to see what he can do about getting his team in the end zone here. He'll bring them to the line. Beckville 27. We're going to start off at Bearcats. Going to hand off. Doesn't really matter, man. It doesn't look like anything's going to help us out with this thing at all, does it? Second down and 10 here for the Bearcats. Ball sitting right there at about the 28-yard line for Beckville. San Augustine looking to creep in here. Handing off coming through. And Beckville going to pick up a few and get it across to the 30-yard line up to about to the 32. That'll bring up a third down. We'll call it about 6 is what we're going to call it there for the Beckville Bearcats. So Beckville coming back to the line here. Third down and 6. Bullock handing off. Prince and Watts doing the running here tonight. And the Wolves right there to stack him up. So Prince tried to run the corner there, but not going to get very far. Going to bring up a fourth down. And might have got back to the line of scrimmage there. Maybe a fourth down, and we'll call it 3 for the Beckville Bearcats. And probably going to be a punt situation back deep into their own end here. So we get a better view over there. Not much better there on that one, but a little bit clearer. So we'll go with that one for right now. So, Joe, you have the con over there. Here comes the punt. And the Wolves going to wrangle it up there, and it's going to be taken down about the 30-yard line. So that's where the Wolves will take over. First down and 10. Here in the third quarter. Still no score in this ball game. As opening night here tonight. First down and 10 as the Wolves come out here after having a discussion over onto the sideline, ready to go. Get that clock going here. Here's Renfro going to hand off. Nash going to be wrangled up there into the backfield here. Not going to get much there. If I probably lost a couple on that play. Back behind the 30-yard line. So back to the 29-yard line. I'm going to stop the clock there. Second down. And we're going to call it 12 here for the Wolves. Also, we got a penalty flag out there. Kind of hard to see the penalty flags there, folks. Legal substitution there by the Bearcats. So that's going to give a 5-yard penalty up for the Wolves. So we'll go to first down and 5 now for San Augustine. Renfro bringing right back up to the line. Bringing the man in motion. That's Cartwright. Cartwright. Now Renfro rolling out here. He's going to be wrangled up there. And that Beckville Bearcat defense is right there to stack him up. Not going very far there. And it's going to be a loss on the play back to about to the 26-yard line. Watts right there onto the stop for the Bearcats. That's going to bring up a big loss there. And they'll take it all the way back down to a second down. And we're going to call it second down and 14. Okay. Cool. So third and long here. Renfro going to throw it out. Got his man there. Oh, and it is incomplete. Goes out of the hands. Almost intercepted there by one of the Bearcats. But it is going to be an incomplete pass. So that's going to bring up a third down and a long now for the Wolves. You need some help? There. There you go. I got you. There you go. Where's it at? The other one?
This one, I don't know.
Okay. All right, there we go. So fourth down long here for the Wolves. Gonna have enough for a first down here are the Bearcats after that big, or the Wolves after that big play. Burrell going to take it all the way down to close to midfield. So a big play there by the Wolves. They get it all the way down, and there's going to be a first down. That's a Raymond Motor Company first down for the San Augustine Wolves as Burrell completes the pass. It gets the pass completion from a Renfro. That's kind of that kind of night here tonight, folks. So there we go. And it's a first down and 10 here for the San Augustine Wolves after a big play. So first down here, Renfro going to throw it out in the flat. Got his man out there. Down the sideline for the Wolves. That's Cartwright going to be enough for a first down. Get close to another first down there, maybe a few yards short. Down to about to the 46-yard line of Beckville is where they are. So at the 46-yard line is going to bring up a second down and about 3. Hey, you're going to have to shut that off and turn it back on again. Renfro, once again, back out on the flat to the far side. Got his man once again back down that sideline. That's worked out here for the Bearcat, for the Wolves so far. Cartwright once again taking care of business over there. So into Bearcat territory go the Wolves once again. They'll have another first down and 10 as the Wolves now driving. They've had a couple of good drives here, but they got stalled in this ball game so far. So we'll see if they can continue this drive here and finish it off as Renfro going to be in the backfield there. Now Bearcat defense going to get back there quick. Looks like it might have been a bust play there. He might have wanted to hand off right there, but then nobody there. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, we're just not having any luck with these windows, folks, and my apologies to you. 2nd down and 9 here for the Wolves. Oh. That's why it's doing that. Okay. Now I know. Renfro ready to go once again. Nobody there. So another incomplete pass here for the Wolves. Going to bring up a 3rd down and about 19 yards here for the Wolves. Ball sitting on the Beckville 46-yard line. So 3rd and long here for Renfro and the Wolves as he brings them back to the line. He's got Nash in behind the backfield here. I'm looking down here in the bottom of the window so I can get underneath everything. So Renfro, once again, flushed out of the pocket. Rolls over to the left side. Takes it up across the 40-yard line. Is that a completed pass? Couldn't tell right there. So I can make for an incomplete pass. I didn't think he caught it there. So 4th down and long here now for the Wolves. After the incomplete pass here, see if the Wolves are going to decide to make another. Yeah, that's just not going to work. So the Wolves going to look to punt here. And that's going to get stopped before the punt goes off. So backing up another 5 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 24 here for the Wolves. They're going to try to get this punt off here. But still about 7 minutes left to go here. Now they get it off. We're ringing up there for the Beckville Bearcats. They're going to have a 1st down and 10 starting there at about to their own 20-yard line. That's where Beckville's going to start over as so Beckville's going to take over. 1st down and 10 on their own 20-yard line here. Let's see, as we have somebody really working hard to get that window worked out there, folks. And apologies, it's just nothing we can do. It's just the way it is. It happens, and we're doing what we can here with it, all right? So here you go. Beckville Bullock going to come back to the line. Come back to the line. Here's Bullock. So Bullock going to hand off. It's going to be a little dump off. We're going to try to get it right across the middle. Pass is incomplete right there. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Second down and 10 here for the Beckville Bearcats. Bullock, incomplete pass there. Try to catch the man coming across the middle. Once again, now going to hand off Prince, trying to find some room over to that far side. Turns the corner, going to get tripped up after picking up a few. He'll get up close to the 25. We'll say he's at the 24-yard line. So it's getting a 4. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 7 here for the Beckville Bearcats. That 18 is tied to the score. I got to change that. Okay. Beckville trying to find a way to get past this Wolves defense. They've had a couple of big plays, but the Wolves have been able to shut them down and not allow anything other than that one big run that we weren't able to get a hold of earlier. because we had to do some changes here. But there's Prince once again taking it around that far side. He's going to turn the corner, and he'll get close to that first down as he gets up near the 30. Going to say he's at about the 27. That's Rudy Watts, number 2 on that carry there. Stop on clock, get close. We're going to see he's down about the 26, 27-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3. And see what Coach Ross decides to do right here. So we're going to bring in Mojica. Probably get a fake punt, the ugly punt situation, kind of what I like to call it. That's probably what we're going to see right here. And there goes the punt. Going to be back there. Caught by the Wolves. Bringing it here to the near side. And still coming down to the sideline here. Going to finally be taken down. And all one just had a man to beat there. That's who was on that run right there? Jamarian Davis, number 18 on the carry for the Wolves. Brings it all the way back. Gives the Wolves a very good field position here as they get down in a good return back for the Wolves, and special teams take care of business here. See if they can got them in right prime position. They take it all the way up to the 29-yard line of the Beckville Bearcats. So that's where we are here. So the Wolves, deepest penetration so far of the evening is a ball right there on the 30-yard line with a 1st down and 10 here for St. Augustine. So now let's see if the Wolves can come out here and put some points on the board before the end of this quarter. So the Wolves come out here, Renfro ready to go. I'm bringing a man in motion from the left side. I'm going to, nice little pass. They swing it out there to Cartwright. Cartwright's going to throw it up, try to catch a man down there, and try to get away from the defender in the corner. Nice little switch up of the play there, try to catch Renfro down there, as it was a little pitch out here to Cartwright from Renfro, and then Cartwright tried to get it to D'Adrian Renfro down in the corner, and the pass is incomplete. 2nd down and 10 here for the Wolves. So 2nd and 10 from the 30. Renfro brings him right back to the line here. Ready to go. It's a snap. Handing off. Going to find Nash, tried to turn the corner, but he's going to be tackled from the backside there, and he'll lose a yard maybe. Prince on the stop there. Brings up a 3rd down and about 12 now for the Wolves. So 3rd and 12. See what the Wolves decide to do right here. As they come back to the line, Renfro brings them up. Going to be an offsides there. The wide receiver left just a little bit too early. He tried to time it there, but he left just a tad too early, did the wide receiver. Oh, they're going to get a timeout. It did look like they left there just a little bit early. All right, so we got a timeout on the field. We'll be right back here on a NETSN.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
3rd and 12. Wolves come right back out here ready to go after the timeout. And we're going to get a stop once again here before that play gets things going. So we got another penalty flag out there. Referee having a discussion about what's happening out there. Still talking about what's happening out there. They're going to make sure they get it right, I guess. Okay, so they got that right. It's going good. Okay, I just want to make sure. So that offsides. That was a long chat for an offsides call, don't you think there, man? All right, so offsides for the Bearcats. That'll move the Wolves a little bit closer. That'll take it down to a 3rd down. And it'll go to a 3rd and 7 now after the penalty flag. So the Wolves now trying to get their opportunity here as they're getting closer to this Sandy Cox State Farm red zone. Haven't had anybody in there yet tonight. Let's see what the Wolves can do here on a 3rd down and 7. Renfro going to hold himself in the quarterback keeper. Takes it over to the left side. Still on his feet. Still driving down into the end zone. Is he going to get there to touchdown? Is he going to be out of bounds? He's going to step out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. So a nice run there by Renfro. Is this going to be a 1st down and goal for the Wolves all the way down inside the 5-yard line? So that was Cartwright to say on the run there. Thought that might have been Renfro, the quarterback, taking it there, but Cartwright going to get the passing or the touch pass and run around there, and Cartwright going to take it down and going to get inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down and goal there for the Wolves. They have it. 1st down and 10. Wolves come to the line. Renfro handing off, going to give it to Nash. Nash going to be hit there before he could get to the end zone. So take it down to about the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal for the Wolves. Trying to put it in the end zone here. Put the first score of the game on the board. 2nd and goal. Wolves make sure they got the right play here. They definitely don't want to squander any opportunity you can get against this very good Beckville Bearcat ball team. Here we go. Renfro, Nash in the backfield. Sends him over to the right side of him. Renfro in motion. Going to hand off to Adrian. Adrian gets stood up there in the backfield. Great job there by that Beckville defense. They kind of saw what was going on, and they stacked Renfro up there into the backfield, and it's going to be a loss on the play, actually, to about to the 4-yard line. And bring up a 3rd down and goal. That was a good job there by the Beckville defense. They kind of snipped that out a little bit, and they tried to push Adrian Renfro through there. But the Bearcat defense was able to get in that backfield and get there first. You're on that, man. You had a great close-up. Yeah. So here we go as Renfro brings him right back up. This time is he going to give it to Nash? Nash going to take it in. Touchdown, Wolves. Looks like the Wolves get it in there for the touchdown, and they're going to score first here in Beckville tonight as the Wolves take it in, and it's touchdown, Wolves. So good job here by the Wolves as they get it down inside the Sandy Cox red zone, and they take it into the end zone here for the score. So now the extra point here comes a 2-point opportunity here for the Wolves. Going to go for the 2-point attempt and trying to bring it in. Looks like they're going to get it. And we're waiting on the signal by the referee. I haven't seen it yet. He says that they're just a little bit short, maybe outside the goal line. And there is a no call on that, so it's going to stay 6-0. So after the touchdown here by the Wolves get on the board first, and they're going to get ready for the kick. We got the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. That is coming up. We'll come right back here. 6-0, St. Augustine with the lead here on a NETSN.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Behold, the chicken fried steak sandwich. This particular chicken fried steak sandwich can only be found at Diamond Big Cafe in Center, Texas. And it pairs very well with seasoned fries and sweet tea. And if you're lucky, there'll be some of that Nana's banana pudding to go along with it. Get by Diamond Bee Cafe in Center and see the wonderful folks and all the wonderful menu items for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Alrighty, we're back here as the Wolves put the first points on the board tonight, making it a 6-0 ball game here over the Beckville Bearcats, and ready for the kickoff for San Augustine. And the Wolves looking to play some good special teams, see if they can get the ball back. And the Beckville Bearcats looking to see if they can go back and answer the touchdown. So here we go with the kick for the Wolves. High kick taken there. And the Wolves looking to try to jump on that one. And it's picked up there by the Bearcats. Trying to take it up on that Wolves side over there. And up close to the 35-yard line where they're going to finally be pushed out. It looks like we got a penalty flag out there close to that sideline. As they unpile the bodies over there, and it looks like we got an injured player over there. Hopefully just getting up okay. No problem. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 here for the Beckville Bearcats. They'll have it out their own. It looks like about the 35, maybe the 40-yard line. Where are you going to put them at? They got the guys out there. I saw a penalty flag out there. So they're over there talking there at about the 35-yard line. So we'll see where they're going to spot the ball here and where the Beckville Bearcats are going to start off here. There's still plenty of time left in this third quarter. It's only 6-0 ball game here on a rainy night at Beckville. But it has moved through, and we're getting the game in. Busy night here in East Texas for football. So we know we're going to have penalties here against the Bearcats, the way that the referee is pointing out there. So it'll be against the Bearcats. They're going to mark it off there from the 32-yard line. They'll take it all the way back to probably around the 22. 17. There we go. Down to the 17-yard line is where they'll spot the ball there for the Beckville Bearcats. 1st down and 10 here for Braxton Bullock and the Bearcats, bringing them to the line. Bullock going to hand off, finding Prince, trying to come around this side there. That's Watts. And the Wolves defense there quick as they'll knock him back all the way back to the 13-yard line for a loss of 4 on the play. Going to make it a 2nd down and 14. Second down, 14 here for the Beckville Bearcats. So Bullock going to bring him right back to the line. And at Prince in the backfield, he'll be to his right side. A single receiver to both sets of the formation here for Bullock. Going to hand off to Prince. Prince dancing and weaving his way through. Ball is loose and it comes out. It got knocked out. Ball still on the ground. Picked up here once again by the Bearcats. And advancing once again is that Watts or Prince might have picked it up the second time after it got knocked out of one of the Wolves' hands right there. So a crazy turn of events here. But it started off as a fumble as it went forward. The Wolves tried to pick it up. It got away from them. And then Prince picks it up again. Takes it all the way up to about to the 42-yard line. So what a crazy play there, but hey, we've seen all kinds of craziness here tonight, folks, so it doesn't surprise me one bit. So Prince going to give the 1st down, Raymond Motor Company 1st down to the Beckville Bearcats. I hit the wrong button. So we got to stop out here, actually, and I think that they're talking about it as well because, okay, the ball did come out. But when it did come out of the San Augustine hands, did it go forward? Can you advance it from there? I think that's what the talk is, and I don't think it can be. So I don't know. We're going to see where they're going to do it. But it is a fumble. It should still be Bearcat football. Also going to get a sideline warning on the Beckville Bearcats after all that. Okay, that's fine, because I thought maybe they were talking about being able to advance the ball, but the way it kind of came around and everything is still is Beckville Bearcat football, and should be no problem there. As I'll let the clock run there, so let's add some time to it. Get it up to 2:15, folks. My bad. Still learning all this stuff, folks. I know it's first night and bunch of craziness going on here with cameras and views and stuff, but we're making it through with a smile, and we want to say thank you so much to the good folks at Beckville here for the hospitality and everything they've done for us here tonight. We've had a blast here in Beckville tonight, and what a great game it's been so far. All right, first down and 10, Beckville Bearcats. Third quarter, 6-0 St. Augustine Wolves, 2:15 left to play in the third. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. Bullock, going to bring him to the line. Gonna fake the handoff there, going to dump it across it. Oh, it gets tipped away there and almost intercepted. So an incomplete pass, going to bring up a second down and 10. So second and 10, getting that clock rolling as quick as they can here as it's an incomplete pass. Those windows are looking a lot better now, Joe, so good job, man. We've worked hard on those windows tonight, and I think we finally got something going on here. All right, so still some discussion going on out there. Not quite sure what was happening here, but all right, so now we're ready to go. Second down and 10 for the Bearcats. Here they go. Bullock brings them to the line. Bringing the man in motion. Low snap. Going to drop it off here. Hand off to Watts. He's going to take it up to about the 42. Got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. That's Prince on the carry. Not able to find any room here against this front for the Wolves. They've done a great job here tonight against a good running back in Prince and Watts both. They've done an excellent job. They got in the backfield, and they've disrupted Bullock when he's tried to get some passes off. And I know the secondary for the Wolves is always good. They're good lockdown corners and safeties all the time. But they've done a really good job here against a very solid Beckville offense. So here we go as Bullock brings them right back to the line. Watts coming in, Prince coming out. We're going to get a substitution, and now we got it. Hope Prince is going to be okay. Just needs a breather. Watts in. And so we're going to get a timeout by Coach Ross. So a timeout on the field as the Beckville Bearcats call a timeout. So we'll take a timeout right along with them. Thanks for joining us, folks. It's NETSN 6-0 St. Augustine here into the third quarter. We'll be right back. Bullock gets the snap. He's being flushed out of the pocket. Rolls over to his right side, gets away from one defender, throws an interception, and it's going to be intercepted by the Wolves. The Wolves will have it into Bearcat territory at the 43-yard line, and it's Wolves football. So Bullock tries to throw it back into the middle of the field there, and it got away from the defender, and it's going to be intercepted, so it will be Wolves football. First down and 10 in Bearcat territory as we're getting close to the end of this third quarter. Sitting at 1:08. So Wolves will get the ball back here, leading at 6-0. And the Wolves come back out to the field. Renfro bringing them out. Trip receiver set over to the far side here for the Wolves. Renfro going to hold it himself. I'm sorry, that's Cartwright. Cartwright holding himself, weaving his way through, taking it all the way down the sideline. He's going to take it in. Is he going to get close for the touchdown? He's going to go out of bounds there at about the 10-yard line, on the 9-yard line. And it's a nice job there by Cartwright as he takes it in a nice run there on a quarterback run and takes it right up the middle and finds some room over to the far side and then right down the sideline. Goes out of bounds, first down and goal for the Wolves. So the Wolves going to take it around the far side. It's going to be touchdown Wolves. They'll take it in here and score for the touchdown. So the Wolves now take it up to a 12-0 ball game. Onto the score to the left side. Nice run there by the Wolves to take it in for the score. Here comes the extra point. They'll now lead it at 12-0 ball game. Didn't see the number on that one there on the touchdown, Joe. I'm assuming it's going to be either Cartwright or Nash there. Cartwright's got it again. He's going to throw it out here and tries to get the two-point conversion. It goes out of the hands of the intended receiver. Looks like it was Renfro they were trying to get it to here and this far side. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. But nonetheless, it is now a 12-0 lead here as we get close to the end of the third quarter for the – oh, that's not the right one. For the San Augustine Wolves. So we'll be right back here as they get close to the end of the third quarter, and Beckville will get it back, trailing it now 12-0. We'll be right back here on a NETSN.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
All righty, folks, we're back here ready to go for the kickoff. 12-0 is the score here. The San Augustine Wolves over the Beckville Bearcats. Shelbyville Dragons tomorrow. Troop Tigers right here on the NETSN is where we'll be for that one. As it is taken there by the Bearcats, and it is about the 30-yard line. Trying to bring it back here to the Bearcat side. And it'll be wrangled up there, but good return to coverage there by the Wolves. As the Bearcats trying to turn the corner there with Watts, or is that Prince? Trying to find some room there and see if he can get a big return. So first down and 10 on the way now for the Beckville Bearcats. They'll have it on their own 33-yard line. It looks like where they're going to be for that one. So first down and 10 for Beckville. They'll have it at their own 33-yard line. Bullock brings them to the line. Prince in the backfield. That's going to get past Bullock. He's going to lay down on it, and he's going to have to, and it just got past Bullock. I don't know, maybe he wasn't ready. He was just a little off to his left side there, but it gets away from him, and it is going to be a second down and long now. We're going to call it second down, and we'll say a cab ride. Maybe not that far. Second down and a 20. We'll call it here for the Beckville Bearcats. That clock continues to roll. Getting all the way down here toward the end of the quarter. This may be the last play here unless there's a stoppage. Bullock handing off, finding Prince. Prince trying to find some room around that far side and some room, and does. It gets back some of that yardage they lost, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a third down and about 10 here. As that will get us to the end of the third quarter. So that's where it's going to be, the end of the third quarter. It's a 12-0 lead for the San Augustine Wolves over the Beckville Bearcats. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter. It's coming up here on NETSN.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in the Center has the agents to take care of all your insurance needs. They remind you to update your policy after a life change, never put off the death policy conversation, and always have home insurance or renter's insurance. Whatever your insurance needs or questions are, or even if you need to make a payment, Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in Center.
Back here ready to go for the fourth quarter. Well, that reset just throws up all kinds of random numbers on there. That's all right. So we're going to get a, what do we got here? We got a 3rd down and about 11 here we're going to call 3rd down and 11 here for the Bearcats. That's where we're at. So I'm going to get that clock rolling here, and so it'll get down to the right numbers. I don't know what the deal is with that. We'll have to check that out. Here, Braxton Bullock going to look to pass, going to throw it out here in the flat, going to go off his hands of his intended receiver, Grayson Hicks, and it'll go out of bounds, incomplete pass. It should go right back to 12. It went to 12:42. It went to 7:20 a while ago, so something. I'll reset the clock, and it just goes to some cattywampus number. That's okay, though. It gives me something to do. 2nd down, and make that 4th down and 11 here now for the Bearcats. Bullock going to look to go back for the ugly punt formation possibly here, and that's what we're going to have. And kick's going to come out, and it'll bounce, and it'll roll out to about the 30. Looked at the 42-yard line before it's finally picked up there by the Bearcats. So that's where we'll start off. So St. Augustine Wolves will get it back, leading at 12-0 right now. They have good field position at the 42-yard line, as St. Augustine Wolves looking to win game number 1 here to start the season against a very good Beckville Bearcats squad. But still, the 4th quarter to go, and Beckville looking to pull some things together here and have a good 4th quarter. See if they can cut into this lead and take over the lead here and keep the St. Augustine Wolves from scoring any more. Last 2 times with the ball, they've been putting points on the board. So here come the Wolves, ready to go once again. That's Cartwright back there now as the quarterback instead of Renfro. So I'm going to make sure I got that right. That's the last 2 out there. So Cartwright and Nash in the backfield. Okay. Cartwright up under center here. Trip receiver set here to the near side. Nash in the backfield. Here goes the play. Handing off. Up the gut. Up to about the 45-yard line. Picking up a few. 2nd down and 6. So 2nd and 6. Good job there by the Ryder Davidson, number 56. Maybe Tyler Smith, number 55, on the stop there in the middle. They'll pick up a few there by Nash. So going to the backfield now, that is Burrell, number 12. He'll be back there. Now Renfro going to hand off to Burrell. Burrell bringing it here to the near side. Burrell going to be chased out of bounds after it goes close to the 50. Going to be close to the 1st down. Looks like it's going to be like a 3rd down and maybe 1. Reese Davis pushes him out of bounds. 3rd down and 1. So 3rd down and a long 1. We're going to say almost 2 here for the Wolves. It's out of bounds here, ready to go. As Renfro once again back in at quarterback. Hand off Burrell. Burrell trying to take it up the gut. He'll have enough for a 1st down, bouncing his way up ahead. And Burrell will have it. 1st down and 10 for the Wolves. As they take it into Bearcat territory up near the 45-yard line. So no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Thought might have got a little bit out of that, but 2nd down and 10. And the Wolves in no hurry here. They're willing to let the clock roll down as much as they can here with 12-0 lead here late in our Thursday night. Tomorrow night we'll come to you from Shelbyville. Troop in Shelbyville should be a good one, and a big win there by the Garrison Bulldogs over Wascom. That's a big win there for the Bulldogs. Good job there by Garrison. All right, here we go. As we're going to get a stop here. We get a timeout, and it looks like that's what we got. We got a timeout on the field by the St. Augustine Wolves. So we'll take the timeout right along with them. We'll be right back here, folks, on a NETSN.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
At Wyndham Family Dental, it's always about family. Their family welcomes you. Their family takes care of you. At Wyndham Family Dental, it comes down to this.
You also put a smile about smile.
Back after the timeout, folks. 12-0 of the Bearcats and Wolves. Wolves have the basketball, football. I'm all over the place here tonight, aren't I, man? I'll tell you what. I gotta love the start of the season. All right, so here we go. We're gonna be Cartwright once again and keep the ball this time. Take it around the right side. We're gonna get a penalty flag coming. That's usually in the vicinity of a hold right about there. So we'll see what they decide to do with that. As they're gonna get a penalty flag coming in here. That just happened to be the vicinity of it. I didn't, vicinity of it. I didn't really see the hold myself, but it just kind of the way it looks like it's going to come down right there. And that's what we got. So that's going to be a, see, first down and 20. So first down and 20 for the Wolves. That'll back them up all the way to their own 43-yard line. Just over 10 minutes left to play in this one. Wolves lead it by a score of 12-0. Thanks for joining us late in the night wherever you are. Sorry about the craziness with the streams, with the weather, made everything cattywampus, but we got the game going. It's a good one right now. As it looks like Renfro, was that Cartwright back in there at quarterback for the Wolves. Ready for the snap. Keeps it himself. And a good job here by Cartwright. Still on his feet, taking it up the field. In the middle of the field, Cartwright's going to outrun everybody. He's taking it to the house. Cartwright, touchdown, Wolves. And Marion Cartwright takes it right up the gut for the big touchdown. And that's another touchdown here for the Wolves, making it 18-0 all the way back here at the 43-yard line. That makes a 57-yard touchdown run for Cartwright. Touchdown, Wolves. 18-0 now is the score. Wow. What a run there by Cartwright. Here comes the extra point attempt. Wolves usually got a pretty good kicker there. That's number 28 in to do the kicking. That is Danny Mendoza. Mendoza with the kick. It is up, and it is good. So the extra point is good there for St. Augustine Wolves, making it a 19-0 ball game here into the fourth quarter. We got the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. It is coming up for you. Stick around, folks. This is a good ball game here, and to see if the Bearcats can come back and answer back, they need to put some points on the board. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Raymond Motor Company, just off the square in downtown Center, where you'll find the friendliest of sales folks. Whether you're looking for a new SUV for the family or a brand new truck, Raymond Motors has a great service department and a huge selection of used vehicles. Raymond Motor Company, just off the square in downtown Center.
Back here ready to go, and let's take a little bit of time off that clock right there. Yeah, we're down to 9.5, Larry. What are you doing? Hey, got to remember that's the button to hit, right? Okay, so here we go. Ready for the kick. And the Wolves put up another one here. 3 possessions in the third in here to start the fourth quarter, and have put up the 19 points here for the St. Augustine Wolves to lead it now 19-0 over Beckville here in Beckville tonight. Big kick, and Beckville is going to let that go out of bounds, and that's a good idea. Let it go out of bounds and pick up that penalty flag and then get it in good starting field position. Pick up a few extra yards right there. So Beckville and the Bearcats, they've had some big plays. They just haven't been able to put anything together consistently here, and they haven't really had very much luck in their passing game here tonight either. So that's pretty much what they're going to have to do here. They've got to find some good ways to get a couple good passes here. They got Prince and Watson done some good running, but I tell you what, that St. Augustine defense has done a very good job here tonight against a good Beckville offense here this evening. So that's been the difference right there. The front seven for the St. Augustine Wolves has done a really good job here in taking care of business against the Beckville Bearcats. So that's kind of where things have gone here. 19-0 St. Augustine Wolves. Looking to get win number 1 onto the season as Braxton Bullock brings them to the line for the Bearcats. He's got Jordan Prince in the backfield. Looking to get good score here. Up the field here. That's going to be off of the defender. There's almost intercepted. Passed a little bit low there. So somebody got a hand on it. It looked like it was J.J. Burrell there. Might have been Renfro. All right, that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 here for the Bearcats now. Looking to find something here. Got to get a big play. Need a 1st down here. Keep things rolling. Bullock going to hold himself this time. Finding some room here to the near side. Still on his feet. Finally going to be stepping out of bounds here around midfield. Good job there. Good run there by Bullock. Big run by him. 2nd big run here by the Beckville Bearcats here tonight. And that's a big run there by Bullock. That's enough for a 1st down for the Bearcats. And they'll have a 1st down and 10 at the 45-yard line of St. Augustine. So 1st down and 10. Big run there. That's what the Bearcats need right there. They need to see if they can get a score. They got to score here on this possession. Get a quick stop and score another one. And get right here to the end. See if they can keep St. Augustine out of that end zone. Here we go. Bullock going to swing it out here. Going to find his man out there about to the midfield stripe. Bringing it back up the middle of the field. Going to be enough for a 1st down all the way down to the 30-yard line. Good pass play. The biggest pass play of the night there by the Bearcats. Comes late here in the ballgame. They needed that one. They come out of there with it. And that is a nice pass play there to Grayson Hicks. 1st down. That's a Raymond Motor Company 1st down for the Beckville Bearcats. So getting a little chat out there. We're going to have Hicks coming off. Looks like he's going to be okay, leaving under his own power. Good to see that. So stoppage of play here. 1st down and 10 for the Beckville Bearcats. They come into the line here. 1st down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Watts in the backfield now with Bullock. Bullock, hands off. Watts going to take it up to about to the 25-yard line. That Bullock running there. That was Bullock running that one, wasn't he? 2nd down and 5. That clock continuing to roll here as Beckville looking to get one score onto the board here. Got to get that first one. See maybe a onside kick, see if you can get the ball back, and maybe you get it back in here and see if you can get another quick one after that. So Bullock going to bring him right back to the line. Going to have Watts in the backfield once again. And now we're going to get a timeout onto the field. So we're going to get a timeout. That gives us a chance to take a break as well. We'll be right back, folks, here on the NETSN. Thanks for joining us.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
On to himself as he takes it up across the 20-yard line, just about down to the 20-yard line. So that should be enough for a Raymond Motor Company 1st down for the Bearcats. They needed that one. Bullock takes it up there, gets just enough for the 1st down to the 20-yard line. Bearcats, though, fighting that clock down. That's their enemy right now. Besides that good St. Augustine defense, the enemy is that clock right now. So the Bearcats... Sorry, Joe, get you on your camera over there, Joe. All right, so Bullock brings him to the line. Fakes the hand out there, going to throw it out here. Got his man. Right around the 10-yard line there, pretty close to it. Going to be complete. It's going to make a 2nd down and about 2 here for the Bearcats. Johnson on the carry for that. Bullock has that one get away from him, but he picks it up here and tries to make something of it. He's going to lose a few yards back to about the 15-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and a 7 now for so the Bearcats going to talk about it here. Got a long 3rd down and about 7 here. Ball sitting about the 15-yard line. Trading at 19-0. That clock rolling here. Coach Ross checking in with his quarterback. Now has what he likes. Now sending it in there. As that play clock down around 10. 3rd down and 7 here for the Bearcats. Bullock, low snap. Going to look to pass. Throw it out there. Got his man. He's going to be wrangled up there by the defense by the Wolves, but we got a penalty flag coming in. Deception was made there at about the 11-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down and short. But we'll see what that penalty flag is. It came in right as things kind of stopped there on that play. So they're chatting about it there and see what they talk about. Still going to have it. I mean, they talked about it a long time earlier, and it was only a offside, so we'll see. So did we get an ineligible man down the field? That's what it looks like. So that's going to bring it back to about the 20-yard line here. The penalty was against the Bearcats. All right, so that's going to back it up there. After the penalty, he's going to bring it up down a 3rd down and 11 is what they're saying here. So we're going to go 3rd down 11 for the Bearcats. Clock stopped right now. Now they get the clock going. Getting down to about 6 minutes left to play in this one. Bullock going to bring it to the line. Bullock rolling out here to the home side. Going to find his man there at about the 10-yard line. And that looks like he's got it complete, and he does. And he goes out of bounds close to the 5. So it should be enough for a 1st down. It'll be a 1st down and goal here for the Bearcats. Mohico on that reception down there takes it down to right around outside the 5-yard line. Right outside the 5-yard line. Here come the Bearcats back to the line. Bullock. Well, I tell you, that one didn't know. The Wolves back there quick, and it looked like it was just Watts. Wasn't able to get very far with that one. Prince looks like he got tripped up right there, trying to get down the line. So it's going to be a loss back to about the 10. That brings up a 2nd down and goal from about to the 10, maybe the 11-yard line. Clock continuing to roll as we get closer. The 5-minute mark. Bullock brings him right back up. Prince in the backfield. Bullock rolling out. Now going to look to pass down in the corner of the end zone. Going to find somebody in the corner. And it is knocked away there. Good defenders there by the Wolves. And it's going to be an incomplete pass. That'll bring up a 3rd down and goal just outside the 10-yard line here for the Bearcats. Third down and goal for the Bearcats just outside the 10-yard line. What is that? Heck of a glare on your side of there. That's okay, then. We're going to go stick with this one right here. You're good. Looks good. So Bullock bringing him right back up to the line. Prince to his right side, trying to get the Bearcats into the end zone. Bullock going to throw over here, and his receiver fell down, tried to come back to the ball, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. It's going to bring up a 4th down and goal just outside the 10 here for the Bearcats. And not the situation they wanted to be in right here. So 4th down and goal here for the Bearcats. Definitely got to get some points right here. Don't want to get a field goal, but, hey, points are points, but really like to get it in the end zone right here. And I'll tell you what, St. Augustine defense has done a great job. They're looking to hold them out of the end zone once again. In the Sandy Cox State Farm red zone for the Beckville Bearcats. So Bullock bringing them up here on a 4th down. Look at the pass. Finds his man out there, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Once again, that's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Wolves are going to take back over. 1st down and 10 here for the Wolves. All right, so the Wolves will take over. It'll be a 1st down and 10. They'll have it just outside their own 10-yard line with about 4:45 left to go there on the clock. And we'll go right there. And so the Wolves are going to come back out here, and they've had 3 possessions there in this second half so far that have turned into points. And the 57-yard run there by Cartwright a while ago was just, hey, once that young man gets out in the open field, he is very fast. He is very hard to catch. And so, yeah, hard time keeping up with the camera, right? Exactly. So here we go as the Wolves come back out here. And they're going to put Renfro in at the quarterback. Going to hand off to Nash. Nash taking it over to the right side. And Nash turning the corner. He'll get up close to about the 15-yard line. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and about 6 here for the Wolves. Ball's in there about the 15-yard line. Great job here, clock management. I think the Wolves coaching staff has done a great job here tonight, swapping out Cartwright and Renfro, and both these young men have done a great job here. They've done a good job running the ball. Really got into it here in the second half. There's another good run here by Nash. He's going to take it up above the 20-yard line to get close to that 1st down yardage. We'll see what they say. We're going to shut the clock off here. And maybe enough for a Raymond Motor Company 1st down. It is a 1st down. They say it is 1st down yardage. So we'll get you back on Joe over there. You got that big camera going over there. 1st down and 10 for the Wolves. So the Wolves going to get themselves another 1st down or 2. They could pretty much lock this one down here tonight. And a good start to the season here for the Wolves if they can get the win. Beckville Bearcats, they have a good game here. They just couldn't keep anything really good and consistent there. But a long season to go, and they're going to be okay out of the Beckville Bearcats. So a lot of discussion out here. Finally going to get everything placed down and ready to go. So here you go, handing off once again to Nash right up the gut. Trying to get as much as he can out of it. Take it up to about the 23-yard line here for the Wolves. So as we get under 3 minutes to play in this ball game, the Wolves going to look to go out 1-0 on the year. And a good start here for St. Augustine Wolves. And I want to say, we're doing a couple of things different here. And we'll be in St. Augustine to do some coaches shows. And there's a new place down there. The Taco Man has opened up a place down in there in St. Augustine. We're going to be down there hanging out with him for our coaches shows coming up here once we get down to some St. Augustine home games. So be ready for that coming up there for our St. Augustine fans. Come down to see us and hang out. All right, so once again here, bringing them right back to the line. 2nd down and 9 here for the Wolves. And that was going to be not much. They're going to lose a couple yards back to the 20-yard line. So Burrell not able to get very far on that. Taking it right back to the 20-yard line. Going to bring up a 2nd down We're going to get another timeout on the field, it looks like here. So we're going to get a timeout here onto the field. That gives us a chance to take another timeout as well. We'll be right back with a couple minutes left. Wolves looking to win this one here tonight on a NETSN. That one does.
Joaquin Tire in Joaquin, Texas. Family owned and operated with new and used tires, general mechanics, and road services. Jesse and his team is proud to serve the community with car, truck, and commercial and ag vehicle tires. They're located in Joaquin at the 84 and Highway 7 split. Call the shop today to make an appointment at 936-269-9516. That's 936-269-9516. Joaquin Tire is a proud sponsor of Game of the Week. Stop in and see them today for all of your new and used tire needs.
Okay, the 2-minute warning, I guess, is what that is. So that's where we are. Second down, 12 for the Wolves, leading at 19-0. As Renfro in the backfield with Burrell. Going to hand off to Burrell. Burrell going to try to find some room there to the right side. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a couple there, up to about to the 21-yard line. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. 3rd down 11 here for the Wolves. 4th down. How did I miss it down? Okay. 4th down and 11, so we're going to get a punt coming in here. Yeah, the Bearcats going to have another opportunity, but that clock is definitely winding down here. And the Wolves taking every chance they can, every little bit of time they can off of that clock. Is ready to go here for the kick. And those are going to give it put a good leg into it, and it's going to bounce into Beckville territory and be down there at about the 46-yard line. So we'll be where the Bearcats take over. Just over a minute left to play in this ball game here. And the Wolves going to come out of here 1-0. Beckville Bearcats. And go to 0-1 to start the season. Good game by both teams. A little bit better here in the second half by the Wolves. But the Bearcats, they've had some opportunities in there. They just missed a couple of passes. And you know, it's a good defense here by the Wolves, but the Bearcats going to be just fine here as they go through the season. 1st and 10, a little over a minute to go. Bullock. Ready to go for the snap. Taking a handoff. Throw it up in the middle, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. That's something I just, you know, Braxton, he's a good quarterback, and he's just missed a few of them here tonight. And it could be the wetness of the ball and a couple of little things here, but Braxton's a good quarterback, and he just missed a couple of little things here tonight. But he'll figure that out and get it to what he needs to be here for his team. That's for sure. I don't know. I after we got done with the rain out, I kind of was off the stats, so I don't know. So here's Bullock once again, and incomplete pass. And we've seen that a few times here tonight too. You know, I mean, you know, maybe got to make sure you catch those passes out there for your quarterback as well. There's been a few drops out there by some receivers too. So Bullock now with a 3rd down and 10 on the way here for the Beckville Bearcats. So we get under a minute now left in the ball game. Coming up tomorrow night, Joe and I'll see you in Shelbyville. Might be a rainy night over there tomorrow night, too. But we know we're going to be in the booth and ready to go there in Shelbyville tomorrow night. And Shelbyville Dragons better be ready for a tough one themselves as the Troop Tigers are on their way to town. 3rd down and 10 here for the Bearcats, and they're going to call a timeout, their final timeout of the ball game. We're going to leave it right here and talk about a few things coming up. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to be Troop and Shelbyville in Shelbyville. Also know here on NetSN from my center guys, they're going to be at Jacksonville, Center Rough Riders and Jacksonville Indians. They will go on, and a lot of games taking place here on NetSN tomorrow night. So make sure you check it out. All kinds of games. Make sure you get our app. And you can keep up with the ticker that's going up there at the top. done really well here tonight, and a few things learning out here. We've had some cattywampus stuff going on tonight, folks, but I think it turned out to be a pretty good evening. A little bit long, but we're here with the good folks at Beckville, and we want to say a big thank you to all those good folks. They've made us feel welcome and comfortable here, and great hospitality, and the food. They even brought us some hamburgers. That was really cool. So here we go as we get ready for the final minute of this one. Fourth down, make it third down, and 10 here for the Beckville Bearcats. See if they can do something to get that 0 off the board here before the end of this one. Bring the man in motion. Jet sweep. Going to hand it out to him. Try to find some room here to the near side, and a good job there ringing him up here by that Wolf defense once again. And we got a injured player down out there, and that is Renfro. But he's getting up under his own power. Burn in there on a big stop there, making it a 4th down and about 6 down for the Beckville Bearcats. Got to pick up this first down, or that's going to be victory formation for the Wolves. Bullock with Prince in the background, backfield. Bullock going to look to pass. Nice pass there. Going to be just behind his intended receiver. Looked like he was trying to get it to Mojica, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. And that is pretty much going to do it here tonight for the ball game, as the San Augustine Wolves are going to come out of here with the victory here tonight over the Beckville Bearcats. Just a couple of kneel downs here. Going to wrap this one up from Beckville here tonight. So going to be ready to go for the game in Shelbyville tomorrow evening, folks. So hopefully we'll get things wrapped up a little bit better than what we had here this evening. Just, hey, things happen. That's the way it goes. The start of the season, it's all good, right? So we had a lot of fun here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining us for the ball games wherever you are. San Augustine Wolves going to go to 1-0 on the year. Beckville Bearcats going to drop to 0-1. Good games coming up for both of these teams next week. Let's see if we can get you who San Augustine is going to be playing next week. San Augustine Wolves will be welcoming the Westwood Palestine to town next week. And the Beckville Bearcats, they will be ready for Joaquin. As a matter of fact, we'll have that one, Joe. We'll be in Joaquin for Thursday night football next Thursday. Joaquin and these Beckville Bearcats. We'll have that game for you here on the NETSN as they wind the clock out here, as the teams are going to sit on the ball, and that's going to do it. Just going to let the clock wind down, and there you go. That's going to be a final score as the San Augustine Wolves are going to win it here tonight by a score of 19-0 over the Beckville Bearcats. All right, folks, we're going to have a real quick little post game. We're going to come back and wrap this thing up because it's time to go home. The Beckville Bearcats 0, the San Augustine Wolves 19. We'll be back, folks, here on the NETSN.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
All righty, folks, we're back here to wrap this up as the San Augustine Wolves get the win here tonight, 19-0 over the Beckville Bearcats, the Aurora Concepts post-game show. Good job, man. I'm going to give the player of the game to the San Augustine defense. That San Augustine defense did what they needed to do tonight to hold down a very good Beckville Bearcat offense to no points here. So good job here. So that's our player of the game is the San Augustine Wolves defense. Great job here by the Wolves. They get the win here tonight over a very good Beckville Bearcat squad. We're going to wrap it up here this evening, folks. After a long delay and everything that's gone on here, we're going to wrap it up and get on home. So be safe, everybody. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you in Shelbyville tomorrow night. We're out of here, folks. Bye-bye. The proceeding has been a presentation of the Pineywood Sports Network, an affiliate of NETSN. God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless each and every one of you.